malinis na paligid, mabuting kalooban. Go palakas, hangad na maglingkod sa kapwa't kaibigan. Go palakas, alagaan natin sa inang kalikasan. Halika na totoo sa kalikasan at kapwa-tao. Isa buhay natin ito. Go palakas, go palakas. Sugan pangkalikasan, go palakas.
Good day, everybody!
Merry
Good morning, Merry Christmas
to
to
you
everyone.
all.
At kahit na Pasko, siyempre hindi namin kakaligtaan kayo.
Mas
Diba?
special pa nga ang show natin ngayon dahil kasama namin kayo sa Christmas celebration.
Yes. The
Alam
most
nyo,
wonderful day.
Siyempre itong araw na to, kahit na, alam nyo kahapon, nanonood ako ng news. Siyempre, feature nila yung isang, there was a lady, nasira yung buong bahay nila. She was in, itong nasalanta
That's
sa...
Odette. Oo,
Yes.
tayo.
Siargao.
Down south.
And you know what? Kaya kagandahan nga kaya ang malaking pasasalamat kasi sabi niya, ang importante sa amin, magkakasama kami lahat. At saka ang importante, huwag natin tanawin yung ating dinadanas ngayon, yung hirap natin. Kasi akala natin yung sakripisyo na o yung difficulty na hinaharap natin ngayon dahil nawala ang bahay, hindi tayo makapagdiwa ng Pasko, ng kung ano sa pamilya. Sabi niya, ang pagdarasal at saka pagsasamba, yun ang pinaka-importante ngayon.
Ayan,
Hindi
that's the real message, no?
Hindi yung parang kami lang na naman, sama kami, nalilimutan natin yung diwa ng Pasko. Kung hindi, pag inisip natin yung sakripisyo, di ba si Jesucristo siya ay pumunta sa atin ngayon, Pasko, nakita mo? Bilyonis na tao ang nagse-celebrate ng kanyang appearance, di ba? Dami. So many will be
God made
celebrating.
him so famous kasi so pleasing to God.
Yeah. So, mga personalities like him, great saintly persons who will come into this earth. Siyempre, hindi naman siya nilikha lang dito sa ating mundo
Oo.
Di ba? May pinanggalingan yan At saka yung mga pinanggalingan nila, yung talagang, ito yung totoong ating tahanan. Kaya siya pumunta rito para sabihin sa atin, hindi yan hindi kayo taga dyan.
Oo nga.
Hindi tayo liligaya.
Hindi tayo
Sa mga
liligaya.
bagay galing lang dito sa mundong ito.
Kasi yung mundo na to, hindi natural para sa atin. Kasi by nature, we're spirit. Sa spiritual world tayo, hindi tayo sa mundane world.
So Odette gave a reminder,
Right.
gave a warning to all of us, hindi ba?
Oo.
Kaya-
Okay rin, no? Kasi naging clear kung ano talaga essential
Yes.
to celebrate Christmas.
Oo.
Yung pagmamahala ng bawat isa, no?
Pagmamahal sa Diyos at
Oo.
saka yung pagmamahala sa isa't isa.
Kaya wise yung nagsalita ng
Yes.
ganyang message.
Oo, kaya
Very
yun narinig ko
nice,
nga
no?
sabi ko,
Galing.
Nakakatuwa naman.
buti yun yung, kasi minsan papakita lang naman na sa news yung umiyak, naghihirap, kawawa naman kami.
Oo.
Minsan kasi nag-aapila ng tulong, yung mga ganun ba. Pero ito hindi, sabi niya. No?
She gave the truth.
She spoke the truth kasi kumbaga ganun ang mundo natin May mga sakuna, may mga suliranin tayong haharap May mga iba-ibang uring pagsusubok.
Oo nga.
Hindi ba tayo hinaharap? kahit nakamo, planong-plano mo na, magpapasko na tayo, yan,
Oo.
ganyan. Nagbibilang ka ng ilang araw lang,
Oo.
3 linggo na lang, 2
Kahit
linggo.
sa news, di ba?
Tapos di niya
3
pinlano
araw
pala
na
si Odette,
lang.
dadating pala si Odette.
Oo.
Merong
Sino
special
ba nag-imbita
arrival
dyan?
na nauna.
Oo.
Nauna yung arrival ni Odette.
Oo,
Diba?
pero, alam
But
nyo,
that reminds us of why Jesus came, di ba? During the time He came, hirap yung mga tao talaga.
there was a lot of upheaval.
Yes.
Uncertainties, marami.
Oo.
Inaano sila
The
ng
time in
Persecution.
Yeah,
ng
Romans. Oo.
wala silang kanilang mga bahay. Ito nga sila, di ba? Kung saan sila pumupunta sa
Oo.
disyerto. Kasi wala silang housing, wala
Yeah.
silang...
Kaya naman si Jesus, kahit nung napanganak, wala naman silang lugar talaga.
Si Mary and Joseph actually were traveling at that time kasi nga meron silang rehistro din.
Yeah, they had to pay
Pinapa-
taxes. Oo.
They had to travel
Mm-mm.
and alam mo naman ang travel noon, donkey lang yata ang
Oo,
sakay
tsaka-
noon.
At si
Diba?
Mary lang yung
Traveling
nakaupo
nun,
sa donkey.
Walking.
Si Father Joseph naglalakad.
Oo.
Mm-mm.
So ang hirap nung dinadaanan nila, hindi ba? It was a
Mm-mm.
very difficult travel and yet they were very turned away pa nga sila, ni-reject sila dun sa mga accommodations.
Kasi puno na. Oo.
Filled na yung mga
Lahat kasi ng tao
housing
patungo
in.
doon.
Oo.
Mm-mm.
So actually, kung iisipin natin,
Wala
Ang-
pang B&B noon.
brown
Hindi ka
out
mapa-
din. Perpetual
Oo.
brown out. Kung isipin natin, talagang mahirap yung
Dinanas.
situation.
Oo.
And yet, it was a most glorious.
Right.
Very
Glorious.
It's a
auspicious.
glorious moment that
occasion.
after
Beautiful.
2,000 years of such, when the event took place, it's still
Naalala
being
pa rin
remembered
natin.
and glorified up to this very day. Because
2021.
Jesus' birth gave us a lot of, kumbaga,
Gifts.
the gifts, the joy, the hope that we're
Yes.
always longing for.
Mm-mm.
Alam niyo, may mga ano yan may mga significance, hindi ba, sa even sa mga practices in the Christian world or Catholic world. May mga significance yung mga lights, yung stars, and all of these things. This is so complete in the view of his birth, because he was such a super special person.
Yes.
Superstar nga daw,
Yeah.
sabi ng
Diba?
iba, di ba?
Kaya isipin natin, kahit ang nung hirap ng setting, ang nung hirap ng situation,
Tuloy
meron
ang Pasko.
may joyous
Yes.
glorification, and even the angels from
From the
heaven
heavens were
Came.
celebrating.
Yeah.
to
Oo.
celebrate it.
Mm-mm.
It's
Diba?
not it's not like kasi tayo minsan or the issues that we have in this world. It's our vision of such situation taking place in our midst of this world is so limited. Baka kaya nga tayo para tayong mga bulag.
Mm.
May mga mata tayo, ba't hindi natin makita yung katotohanan?
Oo.
Yung essential.
Yeah.
What is essential is invisible
Lalo
to the
lang
eye.
complaint ng
Oo.
mga tao yung pandemic restrictions, hindi ba? They're complaining paano ba mag-celebrate ng Christmas, naka-mask, tapos hindi pwedeng mag-social gatherings.
Pero parang nalimutan ng anong iba. Labasan lahat, bilihan ng gifts.
Okay, batiin natin. Merry Christmas, Gemini Rose.
Mm-mm.
Morning.
Ah,
Rosalinda Lascano, good morning to you and more
Merry
power.
Christmas sa inyong lahat.
Angel Gonzalo, okay, you too, keep safe. Then, definitely, Miguel Vargas, good morning, good morning. I know you're very busy,
yes.
di ba?
Always,
Oo.
no?
Always, and still, no matter what, syempre, when we are stewards of this world, di ba?
Oo.
There's always, we see opportunities will abound because we see the world not as just it's only our temporary home, but it was a gift for many of us
Oo.
Mm-mm.
Oo.
by our Creator.
Mm-mm.
And then we should take good care of it. So,
Ah.
bawo tayo dyan kay Miguel Vargas,
Oo.
And then,
Manigo Tribe, Merry
Manigo
Christmas sa inyong
Okay,
lahat.
Merry
Si
Christmas.
Iyang Aboy din bumabate. And we're sharing all these greetings with all of you kasi syempre isang pamilya tayo. Lahat ng mga tiga Go Palakas, no? We share with you the message of Jesus Christ para rin talagang pwede tayong maging maligaya ngayong Pasko.
Yes, dapat lang. Kasi
Oo.
alam mo, minsan, ang tinitingnan natin, yung mga regalo na nakarap, ganyan,
Oo.
ano. Pero, ang regalo sa atin ni Jesus, hindi kumukupas, hindi naluluma tulad ng
Oo.
mga yan. Di ba excited tayo, no? Nung bata tayo,
Oo.
open the gifts. Puro kalat everywhere.
Oo.
Tapos excited ka, pero maya-maya, wala na.
Oo.
Naubos na yung ligaya mo, no?
Oo.
Konti lamang pagka nasa box yan, mga gifts na yan.
Oo.
Hindi ka
It
mukha
is-
ng gift ni Jesus forever siya.
It is, siyempre, gift giving is always, this
It's
is the
very
time.
nice, oo.
It's, you open up eh.
Yes.
Kumbaga na, you open up. It's not also, ang kagandahan minsan ngayon, kunyari, alam nyo, nagkaroon ng malakas na sakuna down south. Kasi nag-rally na naman ng mga tao.
Tulungan yun na maganda.
sige, mag-volunteer ako kahit ganito,
Oo.
magbigay ako ng ganito lang, kahit 5 piso, ganyan, pero nag-aambag-ambag, napakarami, you hear about them, and they're always, kumbaga, the
Tulungan.
spirit of giving and
Yes.
sharing. And that's the very essence of it. Kasi that experience alone that the person goes through, it's not just merely the same joy that you get from playing
From
with-
receiving
from
something.
playing with your cell phone or
Oo,
what?
your games, your
Yung
video
games, or
games.
di ba?
Social media,
may,
mga
may ano
kung
yan eh,
ano,
may
no?
sukatan sa kaligayahan ng isang tao
Yeah,
eh.
how much happiness can you get from
Pagdating
that?
sa serbisyo, yung talagang serbisyo sa tao. Kasi inutos, ano sa atin yan? Payo sa atin yan. Gusto
Yes.
niyo maging masaya?
Tulong pa sa itao.
Tulungan ako sa isa't isa.
Oo.
Actually, gusto ko rin i-share na ang Safe Care po ay magdo-donate. We're in the process of donating water filters na portable for the typhoon victims sa Visayas. No? Ito ay isang proyekto ng Safe Care, yung Hari Water Project.
Yeah, we have been
natin.
doing this. Yeah, we have been
Oo.
distributing this
Oo.
water filters. Alam nyo, simple lang tong water filter na to, but it can help so many.
Oh, yeah.
One filter can filter almost 1 million liters of
Oo.
water.
Usually, one filter kahit 5 households matutulungan
Matutulungan
niya.
mo.
Actually, hindi kailangan ng kuryente. That's
No,
why
correct.
nga maganda ito.
Maganda.
for,
Tsaka ano lang,
relief
para kami
efforts.
dalang timba.
Oo.
Malit lang yung
Very
filter.
simple lang siya.
At
Easy
saka
to
yung
maintain.
from a water source na contaminated.
Yeah.
Oo, kahit
Talagang
may
nilinis yung
maputik-putik
tubig.
siya.
Oo.
Mm.
Kayang ano yun yan.
Filter siya.
I-filter. So
Oo.
anyway, kita niyo yan.
Pati
Huwag tayong
solar
ano,
lights, hindi pa?
Huwag tayong mabahala. Minsan si Yeso Cristo nga ano ba yung naging ilaw nila doon sa kanilang manger?
Yung star.
Diba?
Malaking
Star. Siyempre, lahat naman ng panahon na yun, wala naman tayong electricity.
Oo.
Lahat ng tao ron talagang pag sinabing...
Wala siyang ilaw, wala din siyang bahay. Wala rin yata
Mm.
silang pagkain, no? Kasi nagbabiyahe
They're travelers,
sila,
you know.
Oo.
But yet, by his example, he was meant to
Meron pa din
awaken our eyes, awaken our hearts, that in life, there's more to what sometimes we tend to think is the mundane trappings of this world can offer, and we tend to succumb to its, to its yung mga invitation ba. And you get distracted by it. But on the end of the day, what is most valuable for most of us? You see, we always long for happiness and joy. Diba? May mga kanta nga ngayon joy to the world But tingnan nyo yung talagang kung anong joy ang ang talagang hinahangad ng isang tao. Diba? And where do we get that? And Jesus was the very example. He taught us this is where it happens. You want to be happy, you cannot be happy in this world.
Mm-mm.
You have a real world, but that world doesn't have to be, you have to transcend the world you live in. You can experience that unconditional pleasure and joy while living in this world. And it's a life of service.
So even today, we can experience that joy at saka yung talagang true Merry Christmas. No? Talagang a very happy Christmas.
Kasi minsan ang impression natin pag merry tayo. Minsan, tapos next day, masakit ang mga ulo natin.
Lasingan
lasing
kasi.
tayo. Hangover. No. Tapos maraming aksidente or yung mga
Oo.
taong hindi nila nadama yung ganun na pakiramdam na saya. Katulad ngayon, marami nga sa atin sa buong mundo. Kasi may pandemya pa tayo. Tapos maraming sakuna, maraming natural disasters, maraming nangyayari talaga. Hindi tayo nag-iisa pagdating sa disaster, alalahanin
Oo,
natin.
lahat naman. Worldwide
Everywhere
yung
in the
problem.
world, they're going through such upheavals, yung mga issues. But yet, hindi tayo mas mawala ng pag-asa.
Oo.
nandiyan ang pag-asa palagi para sa lahat.
At saka actually, mas in terms of simplicity, masasabi natin ngayon nabawasan natin yung mga Christmas parties masyado na talagang kringle na mga minsan may practices na totally nadidistract ang tao sa real celebration of Christmas, no? Kasi kagaya sa kapitbahay ko lang naririnig, may games. Of course, wala na yung social distancing dun sa mga games nila. For sure, merong masyadong exposure, no? So, I'm sure yung iba naman, hindi in-avoid na rin yun. No, ina-avoid
People
nila.
alam nyo,
Meron din they're trying to be safe.
Oo.
Oo, kamakailan lahat ng regalo namin sa amin mga workers, sa mga pamilya nila, essential lang.
Oo.
Essential, tsaka,
Yun naman
teka,
ang kailangan nila.
wala nang
talaga.
wala nang sayang ang papel, wala nang gift wrap.
Oo.
Ibibigay ko na lang sa inyo yung mga regalo ninyo.
At hindi na binili sa mga mall.
Ay,
No?
Oo.
Galing sa farm po ang mga niririgalo. Which is very natural,
Sa
very
pagkain, kung ano
Healthy.
yung...
Diba?
Kasi we wanna
Just
give
get it
good.
healthy gifts.
Kung meron naman mga clothing, ganun din. Walang balot.
Oo.
Oh, hindi na ako nag-aksaya ng papel pero it's the spirit that's important, the spirit of giving and sharing.
At saka environment friend, I'm sure Mother Earth is happy that people are more aware ngayon sa mga packaging, no? Hindi na natin dinadagdagan ang basura ng mundo.
Oh yes,
Diba?
totoo yan.
Oo.
Oo. Meron kasi akong in-order minsan online. Dumating sa akin, imbis na bubble wrap, ang ginamit nila mga karton na ni-shred nila.
Oo,
No? Very
shredded
good for the
papers
environment.
Tapos, isa pang magandang regalo, ito, this week, mamimigay kami ng mga puno.
Oh,
Oo.
yan.
Mga pang regalo natin. For the future pa yan.
Oh, yung regalo yan, matatanaw nila for the next 20, 30 years.
Oo,
Kasi
hanggang sa
habang
mga
lumalaki yun,
Apo ng apo natin.
Oo. Sabihin, oy, nagregalo sa akin yan si Tito Toby. For 30 years, mapapansin nila yung regalo mo.
Saka gumaganda na lumalaki at
Oo.
nagbibigay biyaya sa lahat. Alam niyo, hindi tayo kumbaga yung regalong ganyan.
Walang kupas.
At saka walang yung hangganan niya mas kumbaga,
Malawak.
malawak.
Oh, yung daming nabe-benefit sa regalong yan, di ba? Meron nga ako nirigalo na isang halaman na namumulaklak ng kalachuchi, special kind. Tapos, yung kinukuha raw nilang bulaklak, naalala daw ako. Ay, sabi ko, nare-remind sila nung sino nagbigay. Kasi nga, it brings happiness continuously.
Yes.
Kumbaga, it's there to remind us of something beautiful, hindi ba? Kaya, for this Christmas, we are having also a very simple
Get
celebration,
together.
di ba?
Celebration.
Together with our friends. So, you're all invited. You can come, It's a Zoom celebration. So, please join us. And our Chief Care Choir will be...
Singing
O yan,
praises
isang perfect
of Jesus.
celebration.
Yeah.
Alam mo, yung mga anghel na nagbumisita noon kay Jesus Christ, pwede rin nating i-follow yung footsteps nila na every Christmas, ay meron tayong kakantahin mga songs.
Sing
Actually,
songs of praise.
yeah. I noticed families are very fond of singing,
Yes.
So you don't have to be a very professional group or whatever. Kasi kahapon meron kaming isang family na kinantahan, no, ng mga Christmas songs. Sabi sa amin nung host, can we also serenade you? So ayun, kinantahan din kami. Sabi ko, ay, ang saya
saya.
naman, hindi ba? So when families exchange these very meaningful songs, no, kahit kung hindi buong pamilya, kahit 2 tao or 3 tao lang ang kakanta, ayun, maganda rin na makarinig ang ibang tao ng mga songs to glorify Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
oo. Even the children can join in.
Children,
It's
yes.
very nice.
Plus, these are moments to remember for a family, from children to the adults, to the, di ba? Tapos, when you bring glorification during such time by singing, just as the angels did, di ba? So it brings warmth to the person's heart, to everybody. Then you remember your Christmas this way.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Even the children can be involved. Like last Thursday, I had an art class with my grandchildren. I told them about Jesus, stories about Jesus, and then nagawa sila ng artwork on the Belen. Tapos ito yung ginagamit na parang Christmas card now they're sending to their grandparents,
nice.
to other grandparents and aunties,
Oo.
no?
Kasi
Made
dati,
by their own little hands.
kasi dati nun, bumibili lang tayong Christmas cards.
Oo.
Pero ito, yung mga handmade na
Mm-mm.
mga personal expressions
Yes.
ng message of Christmas, maganda rin yan. And magiging, maalala rin ng mga bata.
Yes,
Ito yung
oo.
ginagawa namin, hindi
Yeah,
ba?
that's why nga, for those who are, there's no measure of the time that you're actually sharing your time and energy. Like, we have so many friends who are volunteering their time, right? Valuable time in the service of humanity. But you will find their lives are so governed by goodness in their hearts.
Masaya sila.
And this is what Jesus Christ brought to us.
Mm-mm.
Don't you take away anger and hurt and hate. You go for the goodness, the real goodness, the real happiness is here. But this is how it works. It's you share, you give, you become stewards of one another. You know, you live your life like this. And then you always are pursuing that you make a better place as far as this world is concerned. You leave it behind. You're not worried about credits or who did this, who do that, who did this, I did this, I want to be showered or recognized. No, it's not like that. When you talk about unconditional love or exchanging service and loving relationship with others, the basis of that is not about me.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's selfless service. That is the key, you know. You want to be happy, you want to be joyful in your life, this is the way, you know.
Hindi lang Pasko, no? Can be your entire life.
Right.
Ganyan lagi. Oo.
So let's greet more. Ananda Teves ngo, good morning.
Yes.
Then Jacqueline
Jacqueline
Wong,
Wong,
Aramin, good
Aramin.
morning.
Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas. Rina May, Merry Christmas. You always have to
Rina
take
May.
care. Jay Resurrection,
Ingat.
good morning.
Oo.
Tapos sabi message
Ananda
si Miguel
Teves.
Vargas, sabi niya, wow, you guys are live
You
on a
live
holiday.
on holiday.
Thank
Are
you.
live on a holiday.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
understand,
Ren.
Miguel. You know your words simply because to you also because your work, the work you do with your community. Ano yan, hindi natin pwedeng sukatin yan na ganito lang ang nagagawa. No matter what, a person gives his time and his heart and his time. Yeah?
Yes, and the most important.
Walang sukat yan.
Days.
There's no measurement to it, you know.
And we're happy to be able to greet you live, you
Yeah.
know, and also share your messages with everybody else. Actually, wala kaming day off. In other words, it's always a holiday for us. Every day is, especially
Fun day.
this one is
Every
a
day is a
holy day.
Holy day,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. All the more we can share.
You know, because Miguel is involved also with the Pawikan programs
Yes.
and the cleanup of the shoreline where he lives, you know. His the
Actually,
whole
we want
village.
to thank them all kasi this is the time of the year pinakapagod sila.
Pagod na pagod, you
Busy,
know.
busy.
Anybody who's doing the volunteer work for turtle
Oo.
conservation.
Kulang na kulang sila sa tulog at pahinga.
Sige, hating gabi lahat nangyayari.
Oo.
Tapos guests will come and, you know, they all want to experience it, you know, what
The
it is
joy
like.
of
And,
setting those
ngayon, mas lalo, this
animals
coming
free.
January, when the hatchlings are starting to come out. Kasi
Oo.
mag-hatch na yung
Actually,
mga ito.
nag-start na this month. Oo.
So, but yet, you know, we cannot tell the turtle, bakasyon kayo muna, wag kayo muna mga
Pasko.
itlog. Teka,
Matutulog muna kami
Oo.
kasi malamig sa umaga.
Tuloy ang ligaya kahit kailan.
you know, no. The service
Oo.
must go on.
Yes.
Yes.
And then
Yun
now,
ang ligaya natin.
ito nga, ina-encourage ko, may mga tao kong kausap they're much younger than us. They're in their 30s and, you know, sabi ko, kasi lapit sila sa akin, marami nagtatanong, Sir, paano kami makakatulong dun sa South? Kasi
Oo.
humingi sila ng
Siyempre,
ng windows of connections,
Oo.
you know? Sabi ko kung anong gagawin kasi sobrang laki ng magnitude ng
ang dami
Sakuna.
island. Oo.
there's so much needs in every 22 of the provinces. 22 provinces, may kanya-kanyang level yan ng kakailanganin.
Oo.
But syempre, the common ground is water first, which is their major complaint.
Essentials. Oo.
Yes.
Water, then food. Then, kasi dyan, pati shelter, tinamaan.
Oo.
So that means when shelter gets hit, it only means yung mga stocks mo ng pagkain,
Oo,
yung mga
lahat
damit
na
mo,
sila,
lahat ng
oo.
ari-arian mo, wala yan.
Mm-mm.
So kumbaga you're left with zero. Kaya ground zero. Kaya nga nagkaroon ng ground zero eh. You start from very scratch. Angat ka ulit. Now, this definitely is something that we all, even our leaderships, we cannot ignore this. We all have to go, you all have to be an inspiration to make sure to improve the environment of the country and making the right decisions. You know, the sacrifices, just as Jesus Christ lived a life of sacrifice.
Oo, very austere.
Austere. He glorified,
Something
his life was his offering to God, to the Father. Yet at the same time, the way he lived, and most of his followers and disciples then, they lived very austere lives. They were not
Kasi
very,
ano siya, hindi lang salita, pati gawa.
they were not,
Oo.
they were showing us, okay, this is the
Model
way to
talaga.
do it, you know. Why live in your palaces? Why live in, di ba may mga ganun yan,
Oo.
you know. And during those days, the church of worship, yeah, yung mga temples, was the center, right? But yet, turmoil was taking place within the leadership of the church. You know, when Jesus Christ appeared, even the church leaders were very wary of him. You know,
He was a revolutionary kasi.
Right.
He
And
wanted
then he-
real change.
he-
Oo.
and hindi ko kailangan ng building, hindi ko kailangan ng simbahan na ganito. Lalapit na lang ako sa tao, the simplest of all people. You know,
Yes.
that was his mission. He touched everyone's heart. Up to now, he's touching our hearts. You know, up to now, and we should not lose track of what his mission was about.
Oh, what his message was.
And his message was, you know, mammon, forget about mammon. Diba? There's no happiness here. This is not our home. And so we should live a life of service and prayer. We take our responsibilities to our communities, to our families, but yet we should not lose track of the very essence of our existence, which is to render service
To God.
to God and to everyone.
Actually, if we all try to follow the message of Jesus Christ, we would all be healthier. No?
Our planet would
Our
be healthier.
planet would be healthier and we would be happier. Hindi
Alam mo,
ba?
If we follow the instructions and the message, simple, peace.
Yan. That,
Di ba kapag may peace, hindi lang, kasi
you need
nag-umpisa
that peace for everything.
sa tao yan eh.
Within.
You're peaceful within.
Mm-mm.
Kung ikaw may peace, hindi lahat sa palibot mo ay iba rin ang tanong mo. Kasi may ano yan eh, may katumbas yan sa pag-iisip ng isang tao.
Oo. Actually, the decisions, the moves that we make will benefit more
Yes.
people. Not just benefit ourselves, but also benefit
Everybody,
everybody else that we are in
everybody.
touch with. Hindi ba?
Mm-mm.
Kasi a
Ano
person
eh.
na angry, talagang
Christmas
ganun
is
din,
about-
kumakalat
diba?
din yung
Nagre-reverberate.
reverberate yung kanyang
Christmas
ano.
is about
Galit.
sharing and
Galit.
giving. This is the significance of that. Sharing and giving and love.
Yeah,
The
if you want to
unconditional
share
love.
something, don't share your anger, share your love. The good vibes.
Oo. Parang aware na aware, don't share COVID germs, no?
Oo nga.
Magsuot ka ng
Virus,
mask.
virus.
Oo.
Oo.
So, ganun din, we avoid sharing the bad things and then we share the good things. And then, you know, we're all happier with that.
We embrace we embrace a life of spiritual goodness. Then that's what we will share to everybody else. We embrace
Parang
that.
automatic na eh, no?
Tsaka actually, dapat, pag we're celebrating Christmas properly, sa tamang paraan, with a proper mindset and perspective, wala tayong stress
Oo.
na ano yung ma-anxiety tayo, bakit madidepress tayo. Hindi, kasi ano
want-
eh, maganda yung tanaw natin
Kasi-
eh, di
Yes.
ba?
Kasi in our lives, we can be gaining all the time eh.
Correct.
And what is those gain? Kasi pag sinabi niyong gain, ano ba yung gain sa ang katotohanan ng gaining? Alam mo, is it having a bigger bank account, or is this the gain that you're talking about? Having a lot of
Things.
influence to people, having more, like your ability to be able to, kasi minsan you measure it by, I've gained so much because I can control so much. I have influence. But yet, you will find so many of people in pursuit of this. You will be don't be surprised that they live such empty lives, meaning the lives that is deprived of real pleasure, real happiness, real joy. And sometimes we see, di ba, the last 2 months, everybody's trying to get out. All the merchants is trying to go, okay, buy more, right? Let the economy move, di ba? So that we don't become, kumbaga,
Maghirap lahat.
maghihirap lahat. Kailangan, there's money moving, there's expenses, di ba? And they're always talking about, the last quarter is one of the peaks of any business, of most businesses. Ang peaks kasi dyan, maluwag ang bulsa ng mga tao bigay ng bigay. Sometimes when you start to hear like this, it's okay for you to get back to your economic activities. But take part in what is more essential to spend for.
Yeah.
Ano ba ang importante talaga? Kasi sometimes we overdo our celebration. When we overdo our celebration to the point where, like,
Sakit na yung iba.
like recently, this past week, siyempre nagbibigay ka ng mga bonus sa workers mo, no? And yesterday, I was talking to one of my workers. Nakita ko yung ama niya. Yung ama niya used to, he was own a lot of land here. And kumbaga, when I met him, he was one of the first elders, I'll say. They were young then. They were in their early 50s. Dalawa sila. Who came to me? Kasi bago ako rito sa farm. Bago ako sa village. So ako naman, hinahangad ko palagi not to get workers from the outside. I want it within the village. So, makilala
Para
mo.
matulungan yung aming mga
Magtutulungan
kapitbahay
kami.
naman. Oo.
Makilala mo rin sila, hindi lang yung mukha nila, kundi yung pangalan. So, I was talking to him kasi sabi ko, nakita ko yung papa mo Kasi this worker of mine, when I gave them the bonus, parang before Christmas bonus yun Kumagana, ini-stagger ko. Para meron silang itatabi. Sinasabihan pa rin sila, bilhin nyo ng ganito mga anak ninyo, bilhin nyo. Dito nyo ilagay ang bonus nyo. Huwag nyo ilalagay sa, may mga bisyo sila.
Ay, naku.
This past week, halos papasok sa trabaho, alam mo, may hangover. Nung Lunes, early this week, hindi makapasok dahil nung Sunday, nag-happy-happy na sila. Yung ganun ba?
Happy.
Yung happy-happy na hindi sila
Makalakad ng
makalakad
bahay.
na So sabi ko, nakitapos binanggit ko rin sa worker ko kahapon. Kasi inabot ko na naman yung sweldo nila. Sabi ko, alam mo, nakita ko yung ama mo kahapon. Kilala ko siya. Pero nakita ko nagluluha-luha ng konti yung mata niya, alam mo, may lalim na Ang lungkot kong nakita yung ama na yung pala galing siya rito. Of all things she was doing, nag-uuling. Bawal yung uling. But akin,
Kasi yun na lang ang kaya.
pag nalaman ko nag-uuling ang isang tao rito, isang pamilya, they're really in desperate situation. Na gagawin nila yung hindi tama. Kasi bawal yun Illegal yun But kailangan nilang gawin dahil wala silang ibang source ng income. So kinausap ko yung wag mong, kung ama mo yung ganyan, parang nawalan siya ng pag-asa sa buhay niya. Gusto niya lang palaging lasing na lang siya palagi. Ikaw, wag mong tularan yun. Nakikita mo yung paghihirap. Ama mo man yan, respektahin mo kung ano man meron siya. Pero may mga bagay kang kailangan bigyan mo ng importansya. Tinanong ko sa kanya, kayo bang pamilya at saka yung mga anak mo, nagdadasal ba kayo? Nagbibigay ba kayo ng panahon na magpasasalamat sa mga biyaya na ibinibigay sa inyo? Kasi ngayon, hindi mo masasabi na ikaw ay naghihirap.
May kita.
May kita ka, nagsisweldo ka, nagtatrabaho ka, pero tinitingnan mo, winawaldas mo kung ano man ang biyaya na ibinigay sa iyo o natatanggap mo dahil sa sarili mong kahit trabaho mo. Huwag mong waldasin yun. Ilagay mo sa tama. Gastusan mo yung mga kinakailangan ng mga bata. Vitamina, damit,
Gas.
ayusin niyo yung bahay niyo ng konti,
Mm.
yung mga ganun baga. Huwag niyo ilagay dun sa, akala niyo,
Bisyo.
lahat ng kanyang mga kapitbahay. Kasi, sinabi sa akin ng isang kasama namin, yung,
Co-worker niya.
yung aming, yung housekeeper namin.
Mhm.
Kasi doon siya nakatira. Sir, 1 linggo na sila, gabi-gabi, nagka-happy-happy, kanya-kanyang bahay. Lahat sila.
Sayang naman yung kanilang pinaghirapan.
Tapos,
Pera.
so, alam nyo, most of these things come our way. But there are things, if we don't use, kumbaga, hindi natin gamitin yung tamang talino natin, at winaldas natin ang oportunidad. Kaya nga pag sinasabi natin hindi naman masama magtrabaho. Okay lang, may economic development. Tayo nga, ako nga, trabaho na trabaho. Kahit may pandemya, I have to work. I have people. We work every day. Alam mo, mahirap ang buhay ngayon. Ang income mo, limitado. But still, sabi ko nga sa mga workers, look, this is what we do. Magtitipid tayo, maggastos lang tayo sa tama. Bumili kayo ng tamang mga pagkain. Hindi kayo magkakasakit. Malayo kayo sa sakit. Ayaw natin makasakit ngayon. May pandemya. Ayaw mo pumunta ng
Sobrang laki
hospital.
ang gastos pag may sakit.
Ganon. Kaya,
paano kung hindi ka
these are simple things, simple mga payo. But many times, unfortunately for others, yung vices become a way to connect to the celebration of this season.
Oo. Parang hindi party kung walang alak.
Yeah. So this is times, kaya we should discourage and encourage people, spend wisely. Save the money. Sabi ko pa nga sa kanya yung bonus nyo, itabi mo na lang. Tabi mo yung ganito kalaki. Pag nagkaroon tayo ng, yung virus natin, nag-lockdown na naman tayo.
Oo.
Hindi na kayo naghahanap ng ayuda ninyo. Sinigurado ko nga, most of my workers here, we share the harvest.
Oo.
So they receive, kunyari, they have 12 kabans of palay. That's good enough for 6 months for them, for their family. Ikaw, wag niyong ilalako o don't sell it.
Oo,
Stock it because there might be, this pandemic is not finished yet.
Oo nga.
Pag nagka-lockdown, meron kayong pagkain. You have healthy food in your midst. So, in these times, we have to learn also to be very practical. What kumita man tayo o hindi, we know what is our limits. Kung hindi mo kailangan bumili ng damit, huwag ka muna bumili ng damit.
Oo,
Di ba?
pwede.
Yun ang kailangan And then it's not the idea of, we have to spur the economy, we have to do this. We should spend in something that is more essential. Not yung
Walang sayang.
Huwag natin. These times, alam nyo, sa panahon natin ngayon, to everyone, it's always very important to be very practical in what we're doing and how we're dealing with our life today. And we have to be able to show this to the family members. And the family have to always be part of this process. And likewise, with the communities that you are with.
Naintindihan nila
Kasi
lahat.
meron tayong dapat rin na palitan ng mga traditions.
Yes,
no?
we cannot be thinking that Christmas is the time to just
Spend.
spend. Yan, magpapaputok na naman dahil
Wasted na naman yan.
magkaroon na naman tayo ng
Funds nyo,
pollution.
wasted.
Then, I know what Miguel is doing kasi pag
Linis
nagpaputok
ang
sila
kalat.
dyan sa may beach, dyan nahuhulog, kalat-kalat yung aming
kalat.
beaches
Saka yung mga sa regaling gift wrapping
Yeah,
nila.
it's-
kalat
At pag minsan
everywhere.
nagre-regalo din yung iba ng mga alak.
Right.
Yun na nga, yun ang i-avoid natin.
Kasi in the first place, when you talk about essentials,
Yung
let's
healthy.
say, healthy. If
Oo.
I know that this is not gonna be good for you,
Oo, ba't ko ibibigay?
yan, kaya sinabi ako sa kanila bumili na lang kayo ng mga pagkain na ganito. Kaya minsan binibigay ko na lang sa
misis.
misis
Oo.
Kasi they will
Para sa food ng
para
mga
sa
bata.
food ng mga bata.
Oo.
So,
Or groceries naman.
if we are to give gifts,
Something
let's give
useful.
gifts that will benefit everybody.
Oo,
Mm-mm.
yes.
But yet, pangaral, bigay ng magandang direction, hoping that it will touch the person's heart. Yeah? It will make a difference. Sabi nga, yun nga, namimigay ka ng puno, namimigay ka ng, kunyari, yung aming
Prutas.
pinamigay ng mga baskets. Marami nakinabang.
Oo.
Nakinabang yung weavers, nakinabang yung mga ganito, nakinabang yung mga ganyan, ang daming makikinabang din. Ito na yung produkto.
Oo.
Labor, kasi sa
Mga
akin,
local product.
pag mga bigas,
Rice, red rice,
honey,
black rice. oo.
yung
Mga
mga
tanim po
magagandang
namin,
basket,
oo.
yung mga weave cloths,
Bamboo
alam nyo,
baskets.
sa akin yan, labor of love yan ng mga tao. Kasi yan ang mga traditional na nakikita mo.
Talagang
By-
kinakamay nila
by
lahat.
hand.
Oo.
Yan. So, these are things nice to share this type of gifts, you know.
Oo. At
And it's good for the environment.
And good for the economy if you think
Yeah,
about
sa
it, for the
local
livelihood
economies.
ng
Yeah.
mga tao.
Tao.
Kasi
Saka yung mga
oo.
cultural practices,
Oo.
tradition of weaving,
Oo.
natutulungan sila.
Kasi so sometimes yung choices natin kung anong ibibigay natin, anong bibili
Oo.
natin. Pag meron tayong sinusuportahan rin na communities, and then naisip natin ano kaya mabibili natin from these local people,
Yes.
hindi ba?
Harry Yumal.
Local
Harry, good
stuff.
morning. Naimbaga. Bigat. Merry Christmas. And then definitely Vina Pascua. Naimbaga bigat din. Ha?
And okay,
Okay,
so
so,
very
you know,
nice na we are talking about the different ways that we can actually
celebrate.
a perfect Christmas, you know, and basically a very happy and joyful Christmas then. I'm sure that you have the whole day to think about what to do. But remember, we spend time with family, but we must also celebrate time praying,
Right.
praying to God, our solitude
We have our
time.
solitude.
Oo, and actually like thanking Jesus Christ, thanking God the Father for this beautiful day of Christmas and sending Jesus Christ to help us all with His teachings. No?
Yes. Yung kailangan natin, di ba pag merong may birthday, ang iniisip natin, anong gusto niya?
O yung celebrant.
Yes. What does the
Oo.
celebrant want? And we
Yes.
all know naman, Jesus came. He had his own goals in his life, di ba? He wanted
In his mission.
to love God and He wanted to teach us to love God and to love each other. So, dapat yun ang ating iniisip na gagawin. Kung ano yung mapapasaya kay Jesus. Kasi ngayon nga birthday niya.
Yes. And sabi niya, follow me. Di
Mm-mm.
ba? So follow His example of how to live, you know, how to how to attain happiness in life. Do the will of my Father.
Yeah.
Di ba? Ang ganda pa nga yung prayer na iniwan niya, yung Our Father. It's a beautiful
Oo.
prayer of how we
Of
should
surrender,
yes, of
no?
surrender and how we should relate to our divine Father, following His will. At saka isa pang magandang message dun sa Our Father, yung forgiveness.
Yes. Andun nga lahat eh. It's
Diba?
encapsulated there, no? His teachings.
Words of kindness and
Yeah.
then forgiveness.
And also bravery. Kasi
Right.
hindi ganun kadali sabihin, Thy will be done.
Oo.
Kasi usually we want our will to be
Oo.
the one followed.
We need to humble ourselves.
Yes.
Yes.
So this spirit of the appearance of the Lord Jesus Christ, let us celebrate it in our
Yeah.
full
To make
capacity
Jesus
from
happy.
our hearts and making everybody happy, words of kindness to everyone. And this gives pleasure to God, gives pleasure to Jesus. The whole point of worship or service, it's all about, you know, that you're doing the right thing because you know your actions will give pleasure to them, the Father and the Son. Diba? Yan ang
And
ano
we
niyan
will
eh.
experience it. Actually, habang nagdadasal tayo, mararamdaman natin yung tuwa sa puso natin. With sincere prayer, we can feel that truly God is listening to us and that God is going to help us in our lives.
We'll have that peace, no? Peace of
peace.
mind.
Oo. So, thank you for
Thank you
giving
so much.
us all
Again,
this opportunity. No?
Right.
Thank you for spending some of your Christmas time with us.
Yes. So, for sure, we will see you again in our next show, which is actually parang New Year
New
Year
naman.
naman.
New Year naman.
So we
diba?
need to we need to prepare ourselves and be thankful towards the end of the year for all the blessings, the love of the family and the
Yes.
community, and you know.
Love of our friends, including you,
Yes.
you know. And we are very grateful that we had another whole year with you, joining us in our show. And even if it's the pandemic, magkakasama pa rin tayo.
Yeah, stay
You know.
safe, yeah?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas
to
again.
everybody.
Stay safe.
See you next show. Bye.
Bye.
Pangkalusugan, pangkalikasan, go Palakas! Hari Hong ni Taigo